Hi, welcome to channel 16. We're going to discuss integrated risk management. This is module 3. I'm your trainer for this particular session. Now, what exactly is an integrated approach to risk management? Initially, we had the ISM Code, then came a quality risk assessment as required by 9001. Then we had an environmental aspect impact risk assessment as required by 14001. Then we had with 45,001 the health and safety risk assessment. Now you have the cybersecurity risk that's coming in, and there could be more standards in the future. So instead of having a separate risk assessment matrix, a company can conduct an integrated risk assessment for any task from the perspective of quality, health and safety, hygiene, environment, and cybersecurity in a single risk assessment format. Now, this avoids duplication or conducting RA and also minimizes the documentation and record administrative burden. So let's look into this, what is called as the integrated approach to risk management. For participants who have not gone through the risk assessment module 1 and module 2, it is recommended that they read the two modules for proceeding to this module on integrated risk management. Now, as we learned earlier, assessing risk is a requirement of almost all management system standards, whether it's the ISM code and the ISO standards. Thus, having an integrated approach is having an integrated risk assessment matrix and simplifying the risk assessment process instead of conducting a risk assessment for each activity. So you have the ISM, the 9,000, the 14,000, the 45,000, the cybersecurity, and all of that we can do it in a single risk assessment. And in future you may have other standards coming in. It could be 22,000 on food safety or something or whatever, and so that can also be brought into the same integrated risk matrix. In this matrix, you will see how an integrated matrix can be developed. Now, this is only an idea. You can develop your own matrix for conducting an integrated risk management. As a consultant, I've established this risk management approach since 1999, and this has been very well accepted by all leading classification societies and ISO certification bodies. In fact, some of the oil majors in 2007, 2008, while in Singapore, also saw it as one of the best practices. So you have, you have the safety, you have the health, you have the environment, you have the customer, that's the quality cyber assets, and you can actually add, in future something on food safety. So you have severity and insignificant in their categories, minor, you have a moderate, the major, and catastrophic, right? So that's the integrated risk management, right? Now this is what you see is a 5 by 5 matrix. You can expand it to 6 by 6 or even 7 by 7. So why do we call it 5 by 5? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 5 by 5 matrix. So if you have a 6 by 6, it gives you a more leverage, a better assessment. 7 by 7, much more. The higher the better assessment of risk level. Yeah, so this is to assess the likelihood of the hazards and the severity of consequences to arrive at what is the possible risk level, and then based on the risk level, every company can have their own actions, what they wish to with the ship staff to do, if it's a low, medium, high, or a very high risk level. Now, this is again a typical example of an integrated approach of risk assessment, and this has been done for galley work and cooking. So, it is related to hygiene, it has an environmental issue. We have 14,000 and 50,000. One energy too has been captured, and you have it applies to all standards since it is a training issue. One can have exposure to hot surface. Now, number 6 item is talking about exposure to hot surface. You can have, which can be an ISO 45001 health and safety issue. So, feedback on the quality of food. So, all these can be added. That can be attributed as a quality issue. So, at the time of doing a integrated approach, one can add as required. Hope the presentation was useful in explaining how to implement integrated risk management in your organization. Thank you for giving us your time.